This will be the Gacha guide for the month of June. As always, these are my opinion. You're welcome to disagree with me and let me know if I missed something. I'm always happy to hear other people's opinion. For Uma banner, please pull for characters you enjoy above all else. You'll definitely enjoy the game more that way. And anything meta related, you should focus on support cards since those are more universal. And if you do enjoy the video, do leave a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Leave a comment below with any questions or thought you want to share. To start off, we're actually going to skip Sweet Tosho and Taiki speed card because I covered it on last month's video and it was projected that these will be at the end of May. Now that the official schedule is out, it is delayed from the original predictions, so if you want to see those banner, do check last month's video. Let's first discuss the Camping Taiki and Camping Dober banner along with the Condor Pasa and Mambo support card banner. For Camping Dober, her stats bonuses is pretty nice with 20% speed and 10% wit. Her aptitude is the same as your normal Dober. As for her unique, it is quite interesting and also oddly specific. It requires a downhill right before the late race and she has to be between 4th to 7th position in a 9 Uma lobby. And there's 500 meter left of the race, she will get 0.35 velocity for 5 seconds. Now, while this might sound alright and nothing special at first glance, especially given the condition to proc is very specific, for some specific track, this skill will always be a speed carry over into the Excel zones, which is obviously very good for those specific tracks. For innate skill, we got Kyoto Racecourse, Fearless, Take the Chance, and then for potential level skill, we got Medium Straightaway, Dauntless, which is the gold version of Fearless, and then Full Throttle, and then also From the Brink, which is the gold version of Take the Chance as well. Skills from event, we got Fall Runner, Updrafters, and then also Downhill Speed Star, another downhill specific skill for this Uma. And then anything below here is from secret events, so for track blazers specifically, you will not be able to unlock these. Overall, Camping Dober is very niche and specific, but at those specific tracks, she is quite the strong Uma. The only downside of building her for those tracks is that you will not be able to innately guarantee moving past and beyond from inheritance because you can't use the original Dober as a parent since she's Dober herself. So for those tracks, you will ideally want the original Dober to be a grandparent from one or both sides of the legacy and try to snipe past and beyond from that. Team Trials, she's pretty bad because the skill is so specific and nothing in her kit really net any advantages in Team Trials point system. If you like Dober, obviously I would recommend pulling, but for meta like in CM, she's strong in some track but nothing OP by any means. As for Camping Taiki, her stat bonuses is complete all-in on power, 30% power, so it's going to be interesting to see how the spark allocation will go when you train her, because I don't think you're going to want to go full power in here, otherwise you might overcap and it's a bit wasted. Her altitude is the same as the normal Taiki as per usual. Her unique is quite similar to Ogre Cap's Triumphant Pulse, where it activate with 200 meters left on the race. You're between the 2nd to 4th position in a 9 Uma lobby, and you'll get 0.35 velocity for 5 seconds. And if you're 2nd position with at least 5 meter difference between you and the 1st place, you'll also gain 0.15 current speed for 5 seconds on top of that as well. So quite the strong skill overall. For innate skill, we got Wet Condition, Productive Plan, and Head On. And then for potential level skill, we got Mile Corner, Mile Maven, Pace Chaser Corner, and also Neck and Neck, the gold version of Head On. It's kind of similar to the normal Taiki, except normal Taiki also have changing gear, but this one is also just as good for those mile races with a lot of Mile or Pace Chaser skill innately equipped in her kit. Skills from event, we got Prepare to Pass, Light as a Feather, and also Shifting Gear from a costume event. So while it does not have changing gear like the normal Taiki, at least you have shifting gear for this one. And then all I've gotten Head On is from a secret event, which for track blazers specifically, we will not be able to get these. Overall, Camping Taiki is, I would say, a side grade, at most a small upgrade to the original Taiki. Her unique and skills in her kit makes her really strong in Mile CM, especially for those that can inherit Nishino Flower unique. Much like Dober though, you cannot inherit the original Taiki unique onto her innately. You'll have to chance it through inspiration, which does suck since a lot of the track where Nishino Flower unique can work, shooting for victory can also work. If you like Taiki, pull, I know I am, but otherwise I wouldn't stress too much on it. If you have the original Taiki as it is, that's plenty enough for some of the Mile CM. For the support card banner, we'll first talk about Condor Pasa SSR Gut card. The unique effect of this card is very high rolly. It gains 5 training effectiveness for every support card in the same training facility. It has friendship bonus, it has specialty priority, which is not that high. And the unfortunate thing is that it has race bonus, but it's locked behind 3 LB and 4 and MLB as well. So if you do want to use this in Track Blazer, you do need to get those threshold before you can ideally use them. Support hints, we got a long range of hints here. We got standard distance, pay chaser savvy, preferred position, prepare to pass, pay chaser straightaway, head on, and also Hawkeye as well. There's some decent one here for pay chaser, but a lot of them are kind of like very situational or whatever. Skills from event, the gold skill for this card will be Speed Starve, which a lot of people probably already have fine motion anyway, so they don't need to really care too much about it. You can argue saying fine motion, you don't guarantee Speed Start, and this card does, but at the end of the day, Speed Star is not that of a, for the majority of the case, Speed Star is not that big of a game-changing skill, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. And then you can also get Sunny Day from a random event, just like your other Condor or Pasa card. Overall, I would say this card is whatever. You don't need to worry too much about it. You should just save your cares for some other support cards later down the line. The other SSR card of the banner will be Mambo's Wit card. This card art is pretty funny. Mambo just be trying to be Tarzan in the jungle while carrying a Taiki Shuttle. The unique effect of this card, you get extra energy recovery when the friendship gauge of this card is full, which I don't know how useful that is in Track Laser because you just spam a bunch of races and you probably have no energy anyway. You have friendship bonus, which is nice. More energy recovery, speed bonus, initial speed, and then also 1% race bonus, which I'm pretty sure it goes up to 5% at 3LB, and I don't think it goes any higher than that. Yeah, so it's capped at 5%. You do unlock initial wit at 3LB, which is kind of whatever. So I don't think already from the stats output, this card doesn't seem like it's that great. For the support hints, we have a decently large pool here. We got corner recovery, lay low, pace strategy, shake it out, home stretch haste, and nimble navigator, which is probably the only thing from this support hint that's like worth much of anything. For skills from event, we do have ramp out, it's a pretty decent one, and then we have Fluster Laserger, gold version of ramp out of its on, and then also subdue front runner as well. As funny as the art is, I don't think this card is that great, so this support card banner is just a skip. Just save your cares for some other good support card banner down the line. Next we have the infamous Air Shakur and also the support card banner featuring Air Groove and Gold City. For Air Shakur, her stat bonuses is kind of like Taiki, it's all ends on one stats only. This being wit, 30% wit is pretty crazy. Her aptitude, she runs in turf, medium, and long, and then also mainly runs in the end closer position. For her unique skill, it requires you to be next to the inner fence between 4th to 7th position in a 9 Uma lobby during the final corner or later, and then there you'll get a 0.35 velocity and a 0.035 lane navigation for 5 seconds. For innate skill, we have Ramp Up, Eager, and End Closer straightaway, and then for potential level skill, we have Level Headed, Elated, which is the gold version of Eager, Strategist, and then also Moonlit Flash, which is the triple circle of End Closer straightaway. I will say it is quite disappointing that she does not have straightaway spurt, considering that the Air Shakur Wit card, the only usage of that card is really for straightaway spurt, so it's kind of sad to see that she doesn't have it here. Skills from event, we can get Intense Gaze, Eager, and then the rest of these down here is from secret event, so you don't have to worry too much about it. She does have a debuff one called 99 Problems, which lowers her gut and her wit stats. Unfortunately, Air Shakur, much like her wit card, is in my opinion nothing special. She's just an okay Uma. Her having 30% wit is the only interesting thing to me. You can potentially do something creative and greed one strong wit card and allow more card slots for some other cards, but this Uma is strictly a pull only if you like her. Meta wise, definitely not something you need to consider. For the support card banner, let's talk about the Gold City SR Wit card first. This card has speed bonus and also initial wit from the unique effect. An important thing to know about this card is that this card does not have any race bonus, so for your ace front and track blazer, definitely should not be using this card over some of the other better wit card out there that does have race bonus as well. It does have hint level and hint frequency, so you might think it's a good parent card, but unfortunately the support hints for this card is relatively small, but a lot of the skills just aren't that useful. A lot of the time it's very situational. Lone Wolf, you can say it could be good. Watchful Eye is like maybe very situational. And then Tail Hell High is the only good skill from the support hint. So I don't know if you want to use this card for a parent card just solely for Tail Hell High. There's better cards out there like Marvelous Sunday that can give you Tail Hell High and also some better skills as well, such as Ramp Up or Straightaway Adept. And then skills from event is also just pretty bad. Also, Straightaway Recovery, Snowy Day, and Small Breather. So this card is kind of a nothing burger to me. You don't need to worry too much about this card. The SSR card for this banner will be the Air Groove Power card, which by the way, the art is absolutely amazing. This card's unique effect, gain a power bonus and a skill point bonus when the friendship gauge is at least 80 or above. It has initial stamina, initial power, and then when you raise the limit break, it does also unlock stamina bonus on 1 LB, and then at 3 LB, it gains 5% raise bonus, and then when you go to MLB, it gets 10% raise bonus. So if you do want to use this in Track Blazer, it's most likely going to have to be a 3 LB or MLB. For the support hints, we have Be Still, Laser Just Straightaway, Fearless, and then a bunch of debuff skill that the air group card generally have. I think Sharp Gaze is not from the other air group cards, so this one is a bit new. And then skills from event, we can get Fearless, Take the Chance, Updrafter, Go with the Flow, and then the gold skill is a gold recovery skill for Lace Searcher of Lie in Wait. Overall, this card it's whatever. I think the stats heal at MLB is not bad. It has stamina bonus and initial stamina, so you can get a little bit of stamina out of this card as well with the gold recovery skill for your Lace Surger. But for a lot of the time when you do need stamina and when you do need a gold recovery skill, you'll probably just want to run Super Creek and get Swinging Maestro there anyway. It's just a better alternative. I would not recommend you to pull on this banner. I would just save your cares for other support card banners in the upcoming month that are just that much better overall for your account. But if you do need to use this card for a very specific circumstances, then I would just borrow from a whale and then you can use this card there. Next, we have a rerun banner of Narita Bryant and Seiun Sky, along with a support card banner featuring Symboli's Rudolph Throne Assemblage. I'm going to speedrun Narita Bryant and Seiun Skies because we already know what they do and who they are. It's just a parent rerun banner with Shadow Break from Narita Bryant being obviously a universally good skill, I would say, for parent inheritance. Some track it is better than the other, but overall it's just a pretty universal parent skills that you can inherit down to other Uma. And Seiun Sky needs no introduction. If you're a frontrunner enjoyer, you'll know of angling and scheming. A must-have skill for frontrunner for tracks that has a corner acceleration in the late race. And Seiun Sky is honestly just a pretty good frontrunner ace in general. Her base angling and scheming is 0.4 acceleration for 4 seconds, while all the other frontrunner that inherit the skill only get 0.2 acceleration for 2.4 seconds. The only problem with her is that you do need a lot more mid-game skill compared to the other frontrunner most likely in order to secure the first position to activate angling and scheming. Now, whether you pull on this banner or not depends on you as a person. If you want to up your parenting game and you don't have either of these and wish to be flexible with unique inheritance in the future, this might be something you want to consider. Especially for Seiun Sky, if you play front and you don't have her, you do risk yourself being locked having to borrow Seiun Sky whenever any track where angling and scheming is good for them, so do keep that in mind. Or you just really like Narita Bryant and or Seiun Sky, then obviously pull. Who knows, maybe you just love parent runs. Says literally nobody ever. Now for the final banner of the day, we have the support card banner. First one is the SR Condor Pasa speed card. This card is actually really good. The unique effect has a speed bonus and also 20% specialty priority increase from it. It has friendship bonus, race bonus for track blazer, specialty priority, mood effect, initial friendship gauge, and then if you get it all the way to MLB, it also has 5% training effectiveness and a 1 power bonus on top of that as well. For the support hint, it's not that many. There's like 6 of them total, including the stat gain. It has standard distance, prepare to pass, up tempo, pace chaser straightaway, and also head on. So a lot of these are pretty decent. And then the skills from event, you can get pace chaser corner guarantee on the second chain event, which is obviously very nice if you're running a pace chaser. At MLB, this card does also increase the race bonus from 5 to 10%, which is obviously very nice for Track Blazer. For those that have strong speed card on their account already, this card probably doesn't mean much, but for those that only have one strong speed card, or maybe you're near to the game, then this SR speed card is definitely a very strong addition to your account. Now for the SSR card, some of you probably already heard of this card already. It's the Throne Assemblage. It's going to be a newer addition to the group card category. The unique effect of this card provide 2 skill point bonus when the friendship gauge is 80 or higher, which is pretty nuts. It has friendship bonus, initial friendship gauge, training effectiveness, initial speed, which is kind of whatever, event recovery, event effectiveness, and then also energy recovery as well. When you get to 1 LB, you get an extra speed bonus as well, and then you go to 3 and MLB, you also get race bonus, which is obviously what you want for Track Blazer. This card has a lot of skills from event. It has Pace Chaser Straightaway, Rainy Day, Fighter, Fighting Spirit, Prudent Positioning, Full Throttle, Nakayama Race Course, Medium Corner, and then also Refraction Arc, which is basically just medium corner triple circle. This card actually just prints stats out. If you look at the random event and the special event of this card, it just prints out a bunch of stats across the board depending on which event you end up hitting. There's also the date mechanic as well, obviously, where you can date and then you can get some energy back, some stats, some moves, some skill points, all that good stuff. But what you really want to prioritize is getting to the last date. It gives you a bunch of stuff, great, but what you really want is this status over here. This allows you to act as a rainbow click for any facility it lands on, which is obviously insanely strong. And while this card is really crazy strong when it is released, many of you probably heard from others that the release timing of this card is really bad, because not long after this card dropped, the next scenario is out, which by that time the scenario specific card of Light Hello and Agnes Tachyon speed is just simply better. I'm kinda shocked they didn't move this up, as I feel like it would have been easy money for them, but while this card is really strong, I would not recommend pulling on this banner because this card has such a short longevity. But that shouldn't stop you from borrowing this card like crazy from the whale when it drops. Mwahahaha. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, do leave a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. If you have any comments, questions, thoughts, if I misspoke, if you disagree with some of these, please drop a comment down below as well. I would greatly appreciate those. Thank you guys. Have a good one. Take care.